Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom Homies, produced by LK Productions.
Zoom Homies.
Big break.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I checked mine before I started it, for once. Let's see if the camera's going to work. Oh, good, the camera's going to work. And you can just see a little bit of junk right here. I guess I could probably
No
make an
big deal.
adjustment. There we go. I wasn't sure if that was going to show up or not. Looks like there's a tad bit right there. No big deal. All right. So hello everybody. I see we have great guy, Chris Garrett and Alex Cheek just joined us. Welcome in to the Friday night edition of this, whatever
Yeah,
this is.
Didn't we see you 2 times earlier today?
I don't think so. Not on YouTube. You didn't.
I've seen you at least probably 3 times.
I wasn't on YouTube today. John Aloy says good evening to myself and everybody. Long Dog says I'd be here.
You've been too busy running around trying to fix all 10 computers at once.
No, I never intended to fix all computers at once. I did 2 computers today, and I have 3 to do next week. And I probably won't get them done on Monday if he's going to be closed on Friday. If I go up there Friday, I can do it because I can be there all day. Mrs. K doesn't work, and that's not a big deal. If they are closed, then I can't go because obviously they're closed.
That's the benefit. Once I set everything up on the server we had at college, once I got started and wanted to reset up all of the computers, I was able to get 2 or 3 people, get 3 or 4 people in the room with me at the same time, and we was all able to start the process. And we had like a whole half a room full of computers going, or a whole room full of computers going all at once.
Yeah, I've got 3 to do next week. I'm trying to find my notebook, probably in the car actually.
How'd the 2 you did today go?
Do what, Wintermute?
How did it go today? You say you did 2 today?
I'm looking for my notes. It went good. I thought it went, other than I got lost because I about got hit, and the guy that about hit me was turning off the street I needed to turn onto. And then going to pick Mrs. K up, I about got ran over again. This guy, I actually had to slam the brakes on and got to hear the ever popular and famous skid mark sound when you stop your car abruptly. So it was fun.
So
I can't find my notebook. Do what?
It was your car that made the skid mark?
Yeah, it was my car. I was the one that was stopping. I wasn't going to hit that guy.
That's your tires.
It was the tire, yeah. So I think I did bring 2 mice home. They weren't working, so I don't think they can be repaired. But he was going to throw them in the trash, and I said I'll take them home, and he said that's fine. So I'm going to look at those later.
Are they wireless?
Yes, they are wireless. I got the dongles for them.
Need the dongle, yeah.
Yeah, I've got both dongles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you put batteries in them?
Yeah, we put brand new batteries in them, actually.
I'm messing with you, Ken.
Well, that's actually a good question, Chris. I mean,
it's the first thing you check.
Is it turned on?
Not that all in yeah, okay, so now we are getting kind of borderline there. Yes, they were turned on. So I only take this toothpick out of my mouth. People start thinking this is some kind of hillbilly show. So I found Nope.
It is a hillbilly show.
Yeah, it's a bit
Well,
of noise.
yeah, we do have you from Georgia and Alex from Arkansas. Oh, I see Jeff has joined us.
Howdy.
I didn't hear the ding because I probably didn't set it up.
You mean Jim? You mean Jim from Arkansas?
You're not outside, Jeff?
Well, Jeff has lived in East Tennessee, so he could probably count as a hillbilly
I've been
too.
East Tennessee. I've been South Carolina.
Get Tim.
And start calling you Johnny Cash. You've been everywhere.
Jeff, you ever hear of Rugby, Tennessee?
Yep, I've been there.
Cause
He's been
I
everywhere.
found that on YouTube. There's a store there that's been there since not like 19.
It was sort of an English colony. I don't remember what their ideals were, but it didn't last too long. But they've got a lot of nice historical things there. There's a little church up there that my wife and I think attended one Sunday. It's Episcopal. It's nice little place. It's about 2-3 hours from where we live.
I
You got to
think that
drive
store
on
is
the
still
back
there.
roads or whatever.
Yeah, they just did a video on YouTube about that store. It reopened.
Oh yeah, I haven't been there. Well, obviously, I haven't lived there in Tennessee in 22 years. When we went to Rugby, it would have been late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah, okay, it's open since then.
Yeah,
Back up. The daughter or granddaughter got it or something. And the bed and breakfast was owned by the same people. One of them's got the bed and breakfast, one of them's got the store.
I'll have to hunt for that on YouTube. I'd be interested in seeing what things are like now.
I seen Sean came in.
Yeah, well, you left the gate unlocked
Yeah.
and didn't ding when I came in, so you really left the gate unlocked.
Yeah, I was looking for the link for his thing that's going to be streamed tomorrow on YouTube, and I can't find it, which has got me concerned because I know I watched part of it to get into history. So Sean, I may need you to repost that. I was trying to do it, but I can't find it.
I'm gonna send you an email.
Okay, cool. Thanks. And
Oh,
then
the
Michael
remind me,
Gallagher Memorial Service, right?
yeah, tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
tomorrow is.
So remind me after the stream. I want to share a link in Zoom for you guys. It's on golfing. It's about 16 minutes long. I'll just let you
Ken
decide.
Stout annual golf tournament.
No, it has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Except I
okay.
will say, I don't know if the guy's doing it on purpose or if this is how he plays golf. I'm kind of leaning toward this is how he plays golf because I've watched 3 of his videos and the guy sucks. I mean, seriously, to be teaching, if he can teach golf, I can teach golf, but I can't teach. All right, so let's get to today's events. So the first thing, Inspiron 23 model 5348 are what the 3 Inspiron 23s are.
Now, what's the 23? Is that part of the
Just
model?
yeah, it's just like
Size.
yeah, it's just the model.
The screen
not the model,
size.
but
It's not the full model. It's just a monitor size.
yeah, it is exactly
Is
that.
this all in one?
It is an all-in-one.
Okay.
So I ran speed tests. The first time I ran it, I just clicked on the run now that pops up. That computer was 92.0 down and 7.41 up. So then I ran it again with using the Ookla or however you want to say it. And it was 93.62 down. That's comparable to 92. The up was 24.01. I found that to be interesting. It has Windows 10 Home 21H2 on it, so I recommended upgrade to 22H2. 8 GB of memory. I ran Crystal Disk Info. The drive was blue and it said 99%. That's the only one that had a number. All of the rest reflected good. It has a 500 gigabyte data hard drive, of which 414 is available. Going to the back, same thing, Inspiron 23 model 5348. 90.5 down, 8.0 up. When I do it with Ookla, 77.75 down.
What are you doing it with before?
I think I said when you click in speed test, it comes up run test now. That's what I click on, run test now.
You mean the Google? Are you referring to the Google speed test?
No.
Hang on.
Speedtest.net is by Ookla, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure Alex is no longer from Missouri. I think he's moved to the Show Me State.
Because I don't
Hey,
know
Rick.
what you're referring to. I always
Hello.
Ookla is the gold standard.
Well, actually, just because you don't actually follow what I'm saying, I mean, you don't do everything. The world actually does do things differently than one way. So when I put in the word speed test, it comes
Well,
up
that
and
would
says
be
run.
that would be the Google speed
Yeah,
test,
the
just
first
like I
result would
said.
be Google.
Excuse me for not being grammatically technically correct. I click on this button right here and ran it. And then the second time I ran it, because everyone recommends Ookla or however you say it, that was the second one. So I ran it here, run it here. Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
I
got
never
one.
seen any difference in them. They all been the same speed to me. But so
They're
what?
kind of,
And different
yeah,
servers.
these were kind of close. So anyway, Windows 8.1, which was good. I don't have to upgrade it from 8 to 8.1. It already has 8.1. 8 gigabyte of RAM. The disk was good. Has a terabyte in it, which I found to be interesting considering the other one had 500 gigabyte. But anyway, 717 is available. The other one right next to it on the other side of the room, Inspiron 23, 5348, 57.5 down, 22.3 up on the first one with the blue box, Alex. And here's where it was interesting. Under Ookla, it was 19.5 down. Usually they're pretty close, to similar. And then the upload was 23.99. So that was cool.
What is his internet speed supposed to be? What's he paying for?
We'll get to that. So the other Inspiron 23 is 57.5 down, 22.3. Oh no, I just did that one. In the other office, it was a Lenovo, and I haven't even looked this up, C40-05. The first internet speed test was 236.8 down, 22.5 up. Running the Ookla, OKLA, was 240.81 down and 24.9 up. So, first thing he did was he called Comcast, and they actually had a representative from Comcast come out today after I left. And I don't know if it's better or not because I didn't get a phone call that I requested to get.
Can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
Is all these speed tests over Ethernet, or are they all over Wi-Fi, or a combination of the two?
They're all over Ethernet. They're all hardwired.
I'm going to add in something confusing here. As you know, I've been having issues with speeds, and besides the Ookla one, my provider asked me to go to a site called speed.cloudflare.com. I'll put a link into it. It's a location in Los Angeles, and they run various sizes of information that they transmit in their speed tests, and they do multiple speed tests in a run. So you can see what the effect of the file size you're transmitting has on the speed and all sorts of things. It's kind of interesting. They asked me to send them a CSV file with those results in them, as well as the CSV file from the Ookla speed test.
I'm beginning to think, as many times as you've mentioned CSV files and you sending in stuff, Jeff, I'm beginning to think you have probably one of the best providers ever. Because
if they could ever get the damn speed
most providers I've dealt with, especially ours here, they never ask me to send them something.
Well,
we had
Ookla,
they wouldn't know what a CSV is.
When you get the app and not just run it from the net, it keeps a history, and you can download that history into a .csv file. So I've got a history of my speeds going from today clear back into February last year, or February 2022. And then this test they asked me to run does all kinds of things. It measures packet losses and variations on the ping measurements and all kinds of stuff. So they've
I'm
got
sure.
some network guys that apparently are trying to really figure out what's going on, even though my speeds are getting worse and worse. So anyway, excuse me, Ken. I
You're
sort of
fine.
usurped your
I just
thunder
went and looked up the
there, but going ahead
Lenovo.
and
I was trying to get some. I forgot to see what the memory was and the hard drive was. I'll do that when I
yeah,
go back next
but
week.
go ahead and continue with your story
So
today.
he, for some reason, he wanted that Windows 7 updated today. So I updated it from Windows 7 to Windows 10, which was painfully slow because it only had 4 GB of RAM in it. So and it's a model number, E-Machine model ET1831. If anybody wants to look it up, I haven't, probably won't. It took, I want to say, a little over 2.5 hours for that process to happen.
I can believe it.
Painfully slow.
Someplace in the box, I have an old E-Machines thing I bought at a pawn shop in South Carolina that had Windows 7 on it, and I've just never bothered to try to do anything to it. I think it's like that one, 4 gig of memory and about a 250 gig hard drive. Yeah.
I have a E-Machine Slim that's over on a shelf over here. Took the hard drive out of it, and it's about as far as I got with it.
Yep.
Those were never obsolete at one time.
Then the
They were
other thing,
famous for having that sticker on it that said never obsolete.
yeah. Then the last thing I did is he dug out another Lenovo, and I didn't even bother to get any of the information off of it because he said he didn't need anything off of it. We could just do a clean install of Windows 10, which I did, and that didn't take near as long, and it was activated. Everything's good. So I've got 3 to do for sure next week, and I'm going to do all 3 at the same time, because I don't think they'll be in use by anybody. So I'll just burn 2 more flash drives of Windows 10, and I'll just run everything at the same time. So I'm going to share some pictures here. Give me just a second.
It better not be Da Vinci.
It is. How did you know? Am I that predictable?
He
Yes.
edited his videos from the day with DaVinci.
Well, doggone it. If I'm that predictable, I'm going to have to become not predictable. So give me just a second here. I'm going to also
You can at least you cannot become not predictable, at least not with me.
Oh, I bet I can, Lorna. You wanna wager a little money on that? How much do you have to lose, by the way?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
I know how to
I'm
get
willing
him to not
lose.
talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm.
Now, why can't I find my downloads? Don't say it. All right, so first things first. That should be going out over to everybody, Zoom included, as well as YouTube. There we go. Man, that's a horrible lag. So this is his router in, or his box in. It comes in on a cable. And then this wire right here.
Little thin wire.
The little thin wire. You talking about this blue and white one?
So,
Did we
Yeah.
lose Alex?
he's muted.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that goes to.
I somehow got muted. But I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the one that's although
Yeah, you're breaking in and out.
right
I don't
next to
know.
the
I don't know. I don't know if you're doing it intentionally or what, but you're like every other word coming through.
I don't know how to explain it.
Well, there's this is power. This is coming in. This is going out, and then the only other wire is this blue and white one, which I said you're talking about the blue and white one.
Yes, then that must be the one.
I don't know what that's to. So anyway, the black wire here goes up to.
My guess would be that's for his phone system.
Possibility.
If he pays his cable company for phone service, that's how he gets the phone service.
So this is the black wire coming into this router.
Okay.
Then the blue. Hey, Jim's here. Hey, Jim. Then the blue wire here.
Yes.
Runs over to this TP-Link switch.
Okay.
16 ports, and the only thing I found to be odd with that was, and I apologize, I meant to take a picture of the other side, I didn't, but the blue wire that comes out of here actually connects to port 16 here.
Okay.
Apparently that's okay. I would have thought it would have went somewhere else.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going.
The last thing
Yeah, I got a question now.
Okay.
Are you a technician or are you an enthusiast?
We can answer that question real quick. He's an enthusiast.
Did he get paid?
He's an enthusiastic technician.
There you go.
He got paid. He's a pro.
Yeah.
Chris, it's a good thing I'm in a good mood because that's almost waiting room material right there. But anyway, the last picture I took, the last picture I took was this, and I meant to get this dumb thing over here a little bit better, but I didn't. And I didn't run any wires to see where all these go or come from because they're all up in the ceiling, and I have an inherited fear of ladders now due to my age more than anything. So that was that. Now, I do know they did get some of the internet problems fixed. I don't know the speeds because my sister-in-law is not able to run speed tests, even though it's not that difficult to do. So
The primary reason why I ask about the speeds, because it's possible that some of those computers only have 100 meg network cards in them, network adapters in them, and if that's the case, you'll never go any faster than 100 meg on those computers.
Well, somebody
regardless
Google
of what your actual internet.
Inspiron 235348 and see what the specs are. I'll get around to doing it sooner or later, but if somebody wants to Google that, that'd be cool.
I thought they would be.
It's around 23 what?
48.
Inspiron 23, model number 5348. So do we have somebody in chat called
10, 100, 1000 by.
Oh, he changed his name. Okay.
I got a PDF file with the specs. Let's see. Supply, HDMI, network port, didn't say.
2.5 gigahertz, I bet you.
Well, please, not on a fourth gen. Nice try, though. Nice try.
Doug, that's Doug. Oh, good one. I like that one. Speaking of Doug, what was this show like?
Okay, it says 10/100/1000 megabits per second Ethernet controller integrated on system board.
Yeah, so it's gigabit.
Yep. And 802.11n/AC for wireless.
Yeah, so they're capable of gigabit, but without knowing what the actual speed is supposed to be.
I believe he said he pays for 300. The business, Comcast Business 300. I believe that's what he said.
Well, according to all those machines, he's not getting anywhere near that.
No. Well, that's why I asked him. I said, "Do you know what you're paying for?" And he said, "I think it is." And then he said 300. But he instantly jumped on the phone, and there was a tech there about an hour after I left. I came about, I don't know, so close to going back up there, but I didn't want to fight traffic again, so I came home. I guess I'm a hobbyist because I didn't go back.
This gonna sound crazy, but this new 2022 model TV that I've got, it only has a 10100 network card in it. It does not have, oh, it's not gigabit.
Does it need anything more than that for a TV signal?
It's for internet.
No,
Well,
but I mean,
there's
what
no
would it do if it had a faster one? I don't think it would make the TV any more capable.
It's 1080p screen, right?
I mean, I don't know what it
It probably
uses
don't
internet
need.
for.
Not 4K.
I guess my question is, does it work? Does it serve the purpose it's supposed to?
It sure does. I found out something really cool today about it too. And because it's running, I found out that because it's running Android, I had a blank 32 gigabyte flash drive laying around with nothing on it. So I found out that you can actually plug a flash drive into it and go into the settings and format it as internal storage, so that when you install apps, it will install certain apps, not all the apps, but certain apps, if it's been coded that way, to the actual flash drive instead of to the internal, because the internal only has 4 gigabytes.
All right, caught up on my chats and my messages and everything. I did post a link in the YouTube, Sean, for your funeral tomorrow.
Okay.
I can't figure out why it's not in my history, because it should be in my history.
Well, it's not. It won't be in your history unless the video actually played. If it says that it's waiting, it says if it's waiting, or if it's like scheduled but it hasn't like played like your videos.
Right.
I say notify me, and it hasn't played yet. It will not go to your history.
I did not know that.
I noticed that with all the videos that I do. I try to go back and look at them, and they're not played yet, so they're not in my history.
That kind of makes sense. But I did not know that. All right, I was going to go do something else too. So overall, it was a pretty good day. I was about 15 minutes late due to the guy about running me over.
Got to get up early tomorrow for our Christmas thing with our to get a shower, get ready for our Christmas thing with our family tomorrow.
Not me.
afternoon.
I'm sleeping in
Well,
at the
I
crack
may
of
or may
noon.
not be back.
I already told Mrs. K. I said, don't wake me up until at least 12:01.
Well, I can't go nowhere till Monday, and I gotta wear a mask after Monday till the 23rd.
Somebody left.
Well,
Alex,
it's suggested.
You put this over here. Alex
Alex
leave?
left.
yep.
Oh, well.
That boy ain't right.
Sorry if I hurt his feelings.
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
I didn't get what you said to him.
I told him I'm not getting up till the crack of 12:01. If I'm out of bed at 12:01, I don't know
He
yet.
shouldn't have
Well,
got mad about
we
that.
do have stuff to do. I was informed of that while we were driving home. I'm like, well, it's good to give me at least 12 hours notice.
Yeah, my wife pulls that crap on me all the time. We're out to lunch. Oh, by the way, we need to do this. And I'm like,
Exactly.
nice of you to tell me.
Or here's the one that gets me. We'll go shopping. We'll go to Kroger. We'll go to Walmart. We'll go somewhere else. We'll get home. We'll get everything put away and unpacked. And then about 4 hours later, she goes, I know something we forgot to buy. And I'm like, okay. Or the next day it'll be, you know what we forgot to get yesterday at Walmart? I'm like, I have no idea. You know, I barely keep up with what we're doing when we're doing it, let alone the next day. It's got to be a woman thing. It really does. Uh-oh. So I noticed tonight, I got to thinking about what Chris said last night, that YouTube was flashing while the stream was waiting to be played. So I scheduled it, and I was sitting here doing something else, and I had OBS on because I wanted to position everything, and all of a sudden, YouTube Studio starts flashing. So then I thought, well, I'm gonna go actually bring it up. You know how you can bring it up and it says waiting, going to start in 12 hours or whatever. And I brought that up, and it did the same thing. Now I got YouTube Studio running, YouTube, OBS, the clocks, and no Zoom at that time. And I want to say 2 other tabs on Google. Not a whole hell of a lot going on. No DaVinci, no nothing. And then on the other screen I switched to, it starts blinking. So I thought, you know what? I'm guessing this is OBS related. So I closed, since I'm not streaming yet, I went ahead and just closed OBS. No problems after that. So that's probably what you guys were seeing yesterday, that OBS was actually doing something or causing something. Or I'm speculating. I don't know.
My first question is going to be, how many damn plugins do you have inserted in OBS?
A lot.
By plugins, can I ask a question with a question, which I normally don't like to do? What do you define as a plugin?
Anything that's a plugin, any script that you've downloaded and put in.
3.
Only 3? I
Only
find
3.
that hard to believe.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
One of them's a timer. One of them's a swing. That's hard to say. One of them's a swing. Gosh dang it. Scene switcher. And I want someone to say that 10 times fast.
Scene
And
switcher.
I forget what the other one is, but yeah, there's only 3. Now, what I do have, which is, I would think, shouldn't
Related?
affect it. I don't, yeah, not related or whatever. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I have 38 scenes.
Jesus Christ.
And the
Holy shit.
the least, of course I can't do it right now because it'll show over YouTube, but the least scene probably has, in fact I know, the least scene has 2 sources in it. It's got camera 1, camera 2. And then that scene is actually tied into another scene, and it allows me to use the cameras. It just was so much easier to set it up that way. But I don't know if that has any, bearing on it whatsoever. I don't know. I did upgrade it the other day, so that might have been it, because I don't think I was having problems before. I don't really recall. So as you may recall, my memory is not what it used to be.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you really need all those scenes?
Can I get back to you on that?
No. This is simple. It's a simple yes or no freaking question. Do you need all those damn scenes?
Probably not. I probably don't, in all honesty. I probably could, I have got a couple that I experiment with ideas that run through my head. So I kind of like to keep that. I know I have one scene duplicated. I do know that. I've got Daily DaVinci in there twice. What I need to do is bring OBS over here, and see what the differences in those 2 are, and then get rid of the one I don't like. Or just go out on a limb and do something I rarely do and just get rid of one. Look at Jim. He's like, for the love of God.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. For the love of God. 36, 38 freaking scenes. Jesus Christ. No wonder the damn thing's unstable.
Yep. I should add 2 more and get an even 40. So
I'd like to reach through the internet and slap the crap out of you.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by L&K Productions. I am going to go ahead and do this, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sources. And I have a scene, which is a test of everything that's got 4 sources. Then I've got the main zoom screen which is this one, and it's got, I don't want to count them because I will guarantee you there's every bit of 35 to 40 sources in that.
Jesus
Then I've
Christ.
got my technical issues, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 sources. And most of those are images. Most of those are image files. For example, if I turn that one off, it defaults down to the technical difficulties. Then I've got this daily DaVinci Resolve, which is the one I don't use. So I could, but before I do that, I've got to go in here and move stuff because I like this Doug's Day Off thing I put in there. And all I got to do is copy it and put it in the other one. Then I got the in stream, and I got my 4 screens. I do need this one. I do have plans for that. The green screen test, I can probably get rid of that. Lower thirds is just where I was testing lower thirds. Green screen with zoom. You know what? Watch this. I'm going to actually do something that I don't think it's going to affect me in the least little bit. It's not going to make me. It's not going to. I got to click the right button here. Oh golly jeez. Trash can. Are you sure you wish to remove green screen with zoom camera? Yes. Okay, YouTube is witnessing this. Yes. Down to 37. And I have my tribute scene, which will never go away. In fact, I need to prepare to do another one. Screensaver test 2. You know what, Jim? We'll be at 36 here right about now. Now we're at 36. My
When you get down to 24, I'll be impressed.
If I get down to 24, I'll be scared. My HBO virtual screen, I can't get rid of that. The outro, I could actually move those elsewhere and then get rid of the scene. Scene number 2, just a picture. Tank of fish can go. So we started at 38. I got rid of 3. Simple math tells me that's at 34. I got to keep that.
Why am I looking at something that's strong? What the hell is that?
What, this one here?
I don't know. I saw something scrolling at the bottom. It said something about, I don't know, Buenos something or other. I have no freaking
I
clue.
don't know what that was.
Oh, that was my when I
Type of
deleted
fish.
it was for the fish tank. Before I went and made the second channel with Doug's help, I actually broadcasted from here the nightly fish tank, and that was telling you what the fish were and the quantity of fish in there.
Okay.
So now I'm going to turn all these on. I don't know where they're at. Oh, they're all overlapping, it looks like. But this is just something I did called images, and everybody's up here. There's Greg's wonderful picture
Where?
right here in the middle. You got to be watching YouTube.
Dear God.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3,
You
4, 5,
realize,
6, 7,
by the
8.
way, Ken, you're a support nightmare. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I think you just got a copyright
He can support himself.
violation.
Or good afternoon.
Probably. I don't know. I've showed
Surprise.
that before.
Well,
I'll check that in a little bit. I can get rid of
22.
this one. This is
This
when
is,
I was trying
real
to get
introduction
this
and
logo to
test
show
of
up
my
without the white
New
background.
sponsor.
And I want to go back and look at
now
that.
we're
But
from our
before I
sponsor.
do that, I want to go see where that's at.
Good morning or
And
good
that's in
afternoon.
DaVinci completed project. Okay, so now I can get rid of that. Oh, I lost another one. Was that Greg?
This is,
No, I'm still here.
No, he's still here.
Okay, so now we're down to that.
Jeez.
Zoom cam circle.
I remember you were gonna do something with that.
Yeah, well, I actually have that accomplished right. Well, I can't show it, but because I'm on Zoom. But my intent with this was to not have the jagged edges, but to have the black circle non-moving with my picture in the middle, sort of like that. It should be going out over YouTube in about 3 seconds.
There you go. Yeah.
So that this zoom cam circle I actually got down to here. And then zoom camera is the same thing as the other one. It's just got a different background, green screen. Because my logic was if I put a background of the green screen, then that white background will go away. And then camera one, again, it's got two cameras on it. The webcam and my phone, which is what I use in Daily DaVinci. I'm not getting rid of that. Unboxing. I could probably get
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions.
The first letter of my last name, me.
Yeah.
So then there's this one. And again, the image shows up because of the previous one I done earlier. So if I come in here,
Is that looking out your driveway?
that was in Charleston,
Oh, okay.
and that was looking out down the driveway. Yes.
Yeah,
Is that camera? Yeah, that's that camera. So I could move it over there. But yes, I do need. Well, as we all know, we've discussed this before. I do need to do some house cleaning.
You think?
You think? A little.
And then this one I set up because I want to change my banner, and I really want to put an MP4 there, but I know I can't do that. So this was just experimentation.
Oh man! I hit the pin.
Jesus.
Not affecting me in the least little bit. Has no bearing on what I've done. It's not bothering me at all. Hold on, I'll be right back. Got to get something to calm my nerves.
Now that's a perfect opportunity for me to comment on Jose's things where saying, "Don't bother me, I am busy." My response would be, "What's her name?"
BH Ringer says Stout scenic route's more fun than Route 66. Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
God.
So I guess Sean left. Looks like.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Did he put anything in chat before he left, or did he just?
I just, as far as I know, he just
He
left.
just bailed.
Huh. Well, I think, wasn't he? Yeah, he's at his mom and dad, so there's no pressure from the group home to be off by 10 o'clock. And let's see, what time is it in Colorado? It's
Well,
it's
7:43.
quarter till.
Yeah,
So-
7:43 there.
7:43 or
Mm-mm.
9?
I'm at 8:43 in Pacific.
Right, 8:43 where you're at. We're
So it'd be nine. So probably
Okay,
9:40.
9:43. I'm sorry.
9:43,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were scaring me there for a minute. Jesus.
Well,
Well,
Jeff,
hell, I don't know. East from west.
Jeff is inkling on trying to be put in the waiting room. Earlier today, Jeff actually asked me, was there the 4-letter word that starts with S and has the word now behind it? And at that particular time, there was not any of that. By the time I got home, it was snowing pretty good. In fact, I teased with him and said he was going to go in the waiting room, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, to answer your question, you are correct. Again, we can discuss that after I end the stream, which is coming up here in about 16 minutes anyway. I don't see Bob watching McCall in there tonight, so we don't have to go into any overtime or anything. Speaking of overtime, I need to go check a basketball score. The nap felt good. I only had 2 missed calls from Arkansas. Well, the cool thing about the iPhone that somebody pointed out to me, and I don't remember who it was, but I wish I could so I could thank them, is you can click on you can mute it, but the alarm will still go off. So there's good, there's bad on that. If a family member needs to get a hold of me, I'm not going to hear them because it's muted, but I also don't hear anything else except for the alarm.
My Android, you could do that, and my iPhone, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really remember who told me that, but man, I'm so grateful.
The best thing about the iPhone is it's got a switch on the side that mute everything.
Except for your alarms, yes. Your alarms still
Yeah.
work. Because that's what I do. When I go to take my nap, I go over here, right here to the side, and push that down like that. The light will blink, which I don't care because I can't see it, but there will be no noise. And then if the alarm, like, I'll set an alarm for like 5 minutes from now. Maybe I'll set an alarm like for 5 minutes from now. How about we go 2 minutes because we don't know what port 46 we're at. So there we go. So this should go off in approximately 2 minutes. Long Dog says, Jim, would it be helpful to look at the event logs, ... question mark. We might be able to narrow down what software may be having troubles. I'm going to guess he's referring to my monitor blinking.
Event viewer, I'm not sure that would be any clue. That usually,
I think he was discussing the different Ethernet speeds you were seeing on those various.
yeah, it's interesting that everything supposedly is hardwired and you're getting all these different speeds. That's concerning to me a bit.
Yeah. Now I will say, and I did not investigate this yet. I plan on it. The internet or the Ethernet comes into the phone, and then it has an out to the computer. Now, I had never seen that set up until today. I know Jim's like,
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Okay, so this is a phone. It's
Right.
got a wire coming in, Ethernet wire coming in, and then over here it's got an Ethernet wire coming out that connects to the computer. And it is hot because I tested it by going to the computer and unplugging the Ethernet at the computer. And as soon as I did, the globe, see.
That's weird.
So you
I mean,
can hear
these
the
are
alarm.
VoIP phones, I assume.
Well, I'm sure they almost have to be.
Yeah.
No, it says DSL. No, I was talking about Ken's problem with his computer glitching. Oh, I don't think it's glitching.
Okay.
It just blinks. So, yeah, this craziest thing I've ever seen. That's part of the next week's plans as well.
Yeah, it's very weird that if everything is, I mean, unless there's some either wiring issue or there's some issue with the switch itself, but I would wait to see. You said he had who was it? Who's his ISP?
Comcast.
Comcast. So Comcast was out there an hour after you left.
Yep.
Okay. Have you gotten any feedback from him yet as to whether or not they found anything?
No, but I know when I connected through AnyDesk, well, what was that noise? I know when I connected through AnyDesk later on this afternoon, it did seem to be pretty snappy quick. So I fired up my old i7 by switching the monitor. I'm going to run a speed test on it real quick just to see, just for humor purposes. Oh gosh, do I click on the blue box or do I go to Oklahoma? I better call Jim in Arkansas.
Put it bluntly, the hell.
Whoa, man, I like those numbers. My new machine don't get these numbers. 877.9. That sounds like a lawyer commercial. Call 877-970-4444.
867-5309.
And my down is 877.9. Upload is 843.9. That's on a first generation i7 machine that has, I think, 16 gigabyte of RAM. So yeah, and then if I run the same test over here at the same time on my brand new machine, again, I'm not sure which one I want to use. Let me call Alex real quick.
You do that and I'll smack you right through the internet.
So on my new machine, it's in the 8s, the mid 8s. And by mid 8s, I'm talking, sorry, Jeff, 885.8, 877. So there's, I mean, it's actually, what, 9 something higher? and it looks like 8946 is the upload. So that's the way I would think all of his computers should be.
Yep.
I would think.
You're remembering the lawyer commercial from Las Vegas. 877-1500.
Yeah, I watch a lot of TV.
Lerner and Rowe.
Yeah, Lerner and Rowe. Yeah, I thought it was the same guy for many years. I really did think they were the same person until they did that goofy commercial where they're in the car, which I guess it could be.
Well, what's interesting is that this guy Rowe, okay, it was Lerner was by himself before, and then he used to take cases here and in Arizona, and he got censored in Arizona.
Ah.
And the guy he added can practice in Arizona, but doesn't have a law license to practice in Nevada, although he's a partner. So they each have licenses to practice in various states. So
now my Zoom
kind of a weird deal
on my screen. Is it blinking for you guys on your end?
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, last night when I restarted Zoom, that fixed that problem. It's just a weird system. I see Sean is back. Welcome back, Sean.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. My girlfriend just called, that's all.
Ah, okay. Oh, I get it. We rank under your girlfriend. Okay.
Well, if the girlfriend doesn't rank higher, I'd be highly suspicious. I got news for you. You guys don't rank as high as my wife, okay? There's a shocker for you.
Jim said that because he doesn't want to see something flying at him. That's all.
She's nowhere near me. She's on the other side of the house.
She doesn't have cameras like Mrs. K does in here?
No.
Okay.
If she had, believe me, if she had cameras in here, it's because I set them up.
Yeah, well, true. I figured out where they're at, so.
She could be listening.
Yeah, fortunately, Fortunately, my wife doesn't really give a crap what I do.
Yeah, I honestly, Lorna doesn't either. She fully supports this. I enjoy her joining us from time to time, but she fully supports it, it's nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the end stream, one of the few scenes I have remaining.
Damn it.
No, I obviously need to do a lot of my downloads folders got, I don't even want to think about how much my downloads folders got in it. I need to get a lot of that stuff moved over to the storage drive. I mean, hell, I got 16 terabyte. I might as well use it.
What happened to Alex?
I don't know. I haven't gotten a response back from the message yet. So 728 pictures in my downloads.
Jeez.
You okay, Jim?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's up? What?
Well, I got 728 pictures in my downloads. I expected some kind of comment.
No, I've given up. No, I've given up. It's just like, no, screw this. No. I'm done.
Oh, come on. All right, so it looks like that is ended.
I'm just going to say, is the stream over yet?
Hang on, I'm going to double check. So I'm going to give shout out to Tony Wallow, B.H. Ringer, John Alloy Sr. Good to see John. Greg Guy was fourth. We got to work on that. Long Dog was with us. Jim was there, obviously. Mike said he's not going to join Zoom. Hope he gets to feeling better. Kenny Witten snuck in on me on chat somehow. Gary put a link that I haven't looked at. Let me go see what that link's about.
It's just the Gateway homepage, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think that's everybody. So I will see everybody tomorrow night. Mrs. K is off. I would like to start earlier, but every time I try to plan to start earlier, something goes wrong. So if I can, I will start earlier. We'll see. I mean, like I said, I was informed of things we have to do tomorrow. And it's not, do you think? Is it possible? It was, we will. And of course I said, oh, hell no, I'm putting my foot down, woman.
Yeah, you can try that. It ain't going to happen, but you can try it.
Well, I had to put my foot down because I had to stop the car